Is it going?
Yep. Okay, so we can go ahead and start. Well, hello everyone. Do
Hey.
you want to just go around and start talking about like our experience with the river band because we all went, correct?
Yes.
Right.
I went
Okay.
yesterday.
I guess I can start. Okay, so I went to the river band on Monday night. It was actually really fun. Ours was at night. Tina, didn't you say you were there?
Yes, I did. I attended at night.
Okay, yeah. So it was really fun. We started out at St. Paul, and we had a few different guests come in, which talked about some different opportunities that we could be like a part of to help with those who maybe not like have food or whatever. So we talked about that for a little bit, and then we got to tour the area, and we went to Seafoam, which was really fun. We learned about the like kids and stuff. So it was. I kind of wish I would have done that first before picking our our service learning, but it's okay. I like Habitat too. And then after that, we then went back and then toured St. Paul, and then we went to the Freedom of Youth, which is really interesting because I didn't realize that there was so much behind those buildings, and I've driven by there quite a few times. So I thought it was overall, it was like a pretty good experience, and I learned a lot about a lot of different new agencies and organizations around the area. So I thought it was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tina, you did the same thing, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. I went to the evening one and really enjoyed it. Also, what I really liked about it was the last stop. And Jerica, you said the name of it, and I just forgot the
Freedom of Youth.
Yeah, the Freedom of Youth. I thought that was really amazing. I didn't realize either how much stuff was back there and how much the kids can do. And
Right.
just hearing some of the stories of how the kids have just really blossomed was just, it was really touching.
Yeah, it was definitely. Did you get to go there, Carolyn?
I'm trying to remember which one that was.
It's by Quick Trip and I think Hickman Road.
Quick Trip and Hickman Road.
Yeah, in that area, and if you went, you walked into the building, and then you walked out a door, and they had about 5 different other small buildings where they had like different activities for the kids. They talked to us about a coffee shop that they were building for youth so that they can get a job there to start saving up money.
I don't think you did that one.
Yeah. Where did you go then for your tour?
I'm like trying to remember the order what we went, but it was like, so we started at that Evelyn Davis Workforce Center.
Oh, see, we didn't go there for ours.
Yeah, he was saying that like us and like today's group were like the only ones or something like that. But we started there, and that one's really cool. It's like it really helps people like go and get a job and like all that kind of stuff, and help them get some more education back around and all that. It's a really neat organization if you guys want to look more kind of into it. It's kind of hard to explain because they do so much for us, or for people who like need help in like broadening their education or their job experiences, and they're like some people who need computer skills, like better computer skills, like they went there and like got extra help and stuff. And then they work like with DMAC too, so that's kind of cool. And then but they also work with Habitat. I can't say this right now. Habitat
for Humanity.
Yeah. Anyway, but they work with them too. Like some of the people that went through the program or through that Evelyn Davis Center are doing that, are in there too.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of cool. And then so we walked out, and then we walked down that main road that goes. I can't remember the street. I think it's 6th.
Sixth Avenue.
Might be wrong. 6th Avenue. Yeah, the really tiny sidewalks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went down there, and then oh gosh, my dog's barking. Hold on, guys. How do I mute it real quick?
I don't know how to do that.
Me either.
I don't know even to hear them. Oh, there you go.
Oh, she found it.
Okay. So, how did you think of the experience all in all, Tina?
I really enjoyed the experience because I guess even living here I've only lived in Ankeny for about 7 years now, and I didn't realize all that was down there around Mercy. I guess so it was really eye-opening to me to see all the areas that is out there to help individuals in need. And so it was really, I really liked the church that we attended.
Right.
That showed the kids that they had the morning programs for those children, because I really think that it gives them a good opportunity for those social interaction skills, like the lady was talking about, that some of them are missing.
Definitely, yeah. I really enjoyed it too. And what's funny is I've known my dad lives in this area. Like I literally live 5 minutes away from where we went. So it was really interesting to me because I'm like, I've grown up around this area my whole life and never knew a lot about any of these things and opportunities that they had. Like I knew about St. Paul, but I didn't know everything that they did, for the community. And I didn't even know about CFM, which was really interesting because I mean, like I said, I live in this area and I knew nothing about it. So it was a really good eye opener and I learned a lot. But what were you saying, Carolyn, now that you're back?
Yeah, I'm back, sorry. But yeah, then we went down at 6th Ave and then we went to the St. Paul with that as it's kind of like where they get all the clothes and all that stuff,
Right.
that church part of, and they talked about that, and that was actually really cool. We kind of, for that caring diversity class that we did, or I did with some other people, we went to the one that has the Hope Ministries one that's on Merle Hay Road, and they kind of did the same thing, except this one I felt like it's a lot bigger, and it had a lot more options, a lot more, they had mattresses and all that stuff. Whereas the Hope Ministries one that we were at, they didn't have that much stuff. They pretty much had a lot of clothes and some rocking chairs and that kind of stuff. And we didn't. I don't know. It was still the same thing. So it was kind of cool to see that again, how there's more options. And we went down to the corner, and they were talking about the CFUM and that kind of stuff. And we went to the Red Door in the we went past Moulton Elementary. Then we went to that Red Door and watched the CFUM or talked to them. And I really liked that organization. I didn't know they did that either.
I like it too. And
yeah.
I was I never heard of it until
I know. A lot of these places I'd never really heard about, which is kind of because I kind of it'd be nice to know more about them, and now I do, so that's nice. But yeah, and then we went up south, and we went up to see where they restored some houses. And he was talking about one of the houses that he had built with Professor Bowker kind of thing.
Yeah, with the 3 homeless people.
Yeah. And we saw that one, and then we kept walking straight, and then we went back to the Evelyn Davis Center. We kind of pretty much just kind of made a big square around the block.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to remember. I think I'm probably missing a few, but I feel like we hit a lot of places, and then kind of he showed us a lot too. But I don't remember going to the Freedom of Youth. It might be just skipping.
Yeah, this one, the Freedom of Youth, we had to actually drive to. It wasn't something that was.
Okay, yeah. I don't think we went to.
Yeah, so we had to leave, drive to it, and then go back to St. Paul.
Okay.
Or we were done after that. Actually, we didn't have to drive back.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't think we went to that one then.
Yep. So everyone had a good experience. Everyone liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So I guess we can now start talking about our service learning project. So we're doing the Habitat for Humanity construction. Is this everyone's first time going?
Yes, it'll be my first time.
Okay, so I've done it before. I did it last semester with my caring class. It was really fun. I did it for one day. So for about 8 hours, we helped. The house is already built pretty much. So what I did that day was I got to help paint the porch, and we helped put closet doors in, and some of us helped build their shed in the backyard. So it's a lot of fun. I think it'll be fun for us. It'll teach us a lot about even just for ourselves, handiwork, and stuff that we can even maybe pass on to maybe people in the community, or if we do come. I don't know, maybe one of our patients may need this, need help with something, and I think it'll be really useful if we have kind of those basics, how to repair something. So it should be really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to do that. When I saw it was one of the options, I was like, oh, I better ask everybody because I've always wanted to do it because I've never got to. So, but yeah, I'm excited.
I agree with Carolyn. I've always wanted to do it. I've heard stories about it, and I've seen advertisements of it, but I've just never have pushed myself to do it. So I was really excited that you guys had picked it and for us to be able to go and try it, see how good I am with a hammer and a nail.
I know. At first I was freaking out. I'm like, I'm not really good with handiwork. And the guy that like runs it, he's really good with like, if you don't know how to do stuff, like he'll take you step by step, or like he'll start you off with something maybe a little more simple. So then that way, if you do get comfortable, like in the midst of doing your volunteer hours, you can then go off and do something else if you feel like you can do it. If not, they'll teach you what you need to know. Like I even got to use I'm not even gonna say it. Probably it's like a power nail. I don't even know. See, I'm not even gonna say the right word. It's like a power nail that you use to like nail in sports. I don't know how to say it. And I was like really scared to use it. And he was like, no, just try it. And then I did. I was like, well, I'm glad I did it. It was scary, but it was fun. Good experience.
Yeah.
So it should definitely be fun. Carolyn, I know you did look up a lot of that information. Did you find anything that was really useful that you wanted to share for us?
See if I can pop it. Like, let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
I guess I did research a little bit last, semester for it. And I guess the thing that I like too is that the family that we're building the house for is going to be there. So I think that is really nice that you get to interact with them and you get to meet them and learn about their experience and why they chose to go through this organization to help them build their home. And then you learn about like the steps that they have to go through. Like they have to work a lot of hours on other people's homes on top of their own home, in order to get their home built, which I think is really a nice way to go about it. The program, it allows them to learn more about like being able to repair their own home once their home is built. So
yeah, exactly. One thing that I think I saw for one of the questions was like program and services, like what general and specific programs does the community partners do? And they I thought it was really cool, but they, instead of also, besides just building homes for the people who need it, they have like this disaster response program. So they go and like where there's like a natural disaster and they help people rebuild places and all that kind of thing. And then they also have this restore program, which is kind of like another like nonprofit thrift store kind of thing. But they have like it for like, it's for home improvement and for donations for people to like gently use stuff and like to sell or some new things kind of thing. But they have like building materials, appliances, and home accessories that are there for like a fraction of the price, which I thought was pretty cool because like obviously those are expensive to get. So
definitely.
But
when I researched some of it too, I thought it was interesting that it's been around for as long as it's been around. I really didn't realize it's been since I think what did we say, 76, that it's been around. I thought it was something that was more like 1990s, so I didn't realize it's been helping people for that long. But then to the criteria, I guess I've just been kind of lived in a box with it and didn't realize that even though the families that were picked, that there is guidelines for them to follow, that it's not something that's just given to them, that they do have to have a small mortgage payment that fits their income. So they are still helping pay for something they built. And it wasn't just they helped build it and then were given to the house to them.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like that idea too. I think it helps them as homeowners really, appreciate the work they've done. And but then also like if something were to go wrong, then they have those skills that they learned throughout building other people's homes to help them. And then also to add to like what Caroline was saying with the Restore project, they also have like this thing called Rock the Block, which I think they try to, I think for this part of the organization, either they go around and help repair, I believe, homes throughout the community. So they go around, and if you need something repaired that maybe you didn't know how to do, they'll come in and kind of help you and teach you, which I think is really nice because a lot of people don't know how to repair a lot of things in their home, and a lot of people don't have that money to pay someone. So it's really nice if you know how to do it yourself. So then if it does happen again, you have that skill again to get it fixed so that, you know, further damage doesn't happen in your house.
Yeah. That is cool. I like how many different like organizations they have built in with just that program.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not that. It's not just building houses. It's a lot more.
I agree.
Than just that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And then I know too, so like I guess like 3 ways that I think they always need help is obviously through volunteer services, and then through either donations of giving money, or they even said you can donate like used supplies. So like they're like, if you have any leftover, you know, supplies that you didn't use while painting or like doing some construction around your house, you can definitely donate that to the restore, and then they'll use that and sell that to other people, and then use some of that money to again help build those homes for those families. So I think that's really neat.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that's kind of one of the things that I was really liked about this program was like you can just throw away. There's always use for something.
Definitely.
Right. And that's what I like too.
Yeah, good. So, I mean, I think we kind of covered pretty much everything. I think the only thing that we have left, I'm not sure if I have it or if either you two ladies have it. We have that one sheet that we need to turn in. And according to Dr. Joe, it doesn't have to be turned in on Monday. He said we're actually not turning that in until the end of week 5, I believe. But if someone does have that, I remember actually now that I'm thinking about it, he said that we need to come up. Yeah. No, the other one.
Is it this proposal sheet?
Yeah, the proposal sheet. Yeah, he says on there's something about objectives. Do you see that anywhere?
I got students' names and then the agency and then a brief summary and then agency or community needs the project will meet.
There's nothing on there about objectives. I think there's something. It's like a small box.
Yep, it says list 3 objectives that you would like to meet through the service learning experience on a separate sheet of paper. Okay,
so yeah, he said we can talk about that in this discussion. I don't know if anybody like has any ideas of 3 objectives that we want to kind of get out of this experience. But I mean, we can kind of come up with those together. That way we can put that in with that proposal and turn it in. Okay.
I think one objective I would like to learn is, or even do, is just to get to know the families that we're helping, because kind of like Jerica said at the beginning, when we first started talking, from what we're learning from this, we can help our patients, because, you know, we're going to touch so many patients throughout our nursing careers that, you know, now that this information is now to us, it's something we can hand out to our patients by verbally telling them while they're in the hospital. If you hear their stories and they're in their time of need, that we can say, well, you know, there isn't a service out there that maybe you could look into, and maybe it would benefit you and your family. If it's a family that's struggling living in an apartment and they're just outgrowing it, maybe we could, you know, as a nurse, you could talk them into the social worker working toward getting them hooked up with something for like Habitat for Humanity.
Definitely, yeah, I agree with that. That's a really good objective. I don't know. Let's see.
Well, I mean, another one is kind of more general, but to like help like construct and build and repair the homes in the area, and to like serve those that are in need this semester, to like get it or do the volunteering and not just kind of sit around and watch people do it kind of deal.
Okay.
Let's see what else we do.
Yeah, I like these two. I think these are definitely both 2 good objectives that we can definitely, I think, meet through the service learning project. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, like, I guess the one I'm thinking is kind of very similar to what Tina said, honestly. Or I was just thinking, just in general, having those basic skills that you need necessary, you know, not maybe even just for your patients, but just for yourself, just learning those basic skills so that you are better able to help yourself or people in your community, maybe not necessarily your patients. I mean, that's probably not something they're thinking about, but like maybe there's someone in your community that's maybe older or, you know, maybe can't do a whole lot for themselves. And if you have those basic skills, you're able to kind of pass those on to them and kind of help them. Or if, you know, maybe they don't have a whole lot of money, you can kind of refer them to Habitat Restore and say, hey, you know, I know of this place that you can go to get, you know, the material you need, and then maybe I can kind of help you with those, you know, more basic things like changing a doorknob or something like that. So, I mean, I guess just gaining skills that you can use for yourself and then also in your community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think another objective that we'll take away from this is just us learning too how to be better people in our communities, you know, and helping and giving our time, because a little bit of our time is going to go a long ways for another family. And so I think that just kind of learning more about our inner self and volunteering, I think is.
Yeah, becoming servant leaders. Kind of
yeah, I like that. So just learning how to be more of a better servant leader and how you can better assist people, you know, out in the community and what you can do to do your part as a servant leader.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so sorry, I'm writing these down first so we don't forget them.
Thank you for writing them down.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, I don't have paper.
Sorry, I was like, yeah, I don't want us to forget these, so we can type these up. All right, yeah, so I can definitely type all this up, and I probably just will, if you guys are okay with that, I can just type up the proposal for us. He said we don't have to have it signed just yet. He said pretty much we can get that signed whenever one of us goes to do our hours. So he's not really worried about that. He just wants the first half pretty much filled out and the signatures. He's not too worried about, honestly, he said. So
and then that sheet that we started working on earlier today, and then we kind of stopped because we were still questioning on whether we're supposed to finish it or not. I need to get that done, right? But we don't send it in?
No. So I talked to him and he said that's more of someone who, like, if you still didn't know what you were doing for your project and you and your group finally did come up with something, then you could just go ahead and call and get the answers that way. But since you already did that, he said we don't have to do both. So I thank you so much for doing that for us this week. Because we were all kind of confused and not sure what to do. But yeah, he said we don't have to do both. It's like it's pretty much the same thing, and it's just kind of he pretty much said it's kind of two different ways to get the answers. So he's just kind of giving you that option. Like, would you rather do the interview or would you rather just kind of go find the information yourself and turn?
So we kind of pretty much did both.
Yeah. So all we have to turn in is the proposal and then what you already turned in.
Okay, and I emailed him.
I'll turn this in too for us. So when we're done, I'll go ahead and turn that in. And that's all we have this week, I believe, until next week.
Okay, I'll let you guys know when he emails me back about, because I emailed him and said, hey, I dropped it off for our group and I put you guys' names on it in my Dropbox. So I'll let you know when he emails me back about that.
Okay. So is everyone good? Anyone have questions? So I think from here, if you wanted to, you can start your volunteer hours. If you guys want to try to do them together, I'm all for that. I know we all have really crazy schedules. So I don't know if it's kind of up to you. I'm kind of whenever I can go. But if you guys want to go in the upcoming weeks and you like have a date that you think might work for you, feel free to text me and I'll see if that works for me and I'll go if it does. Because I'm all about going with other people. So
I do too. I like that going together kind of thing. Because that also will help us like do a basis for like our final project stuff, presentation and all that. We have to work together and like, oh yeah, we did this and that kind of thing.
That's right. Now, do we have to get a hold of Tyler again, or do we just go on to the Habitat for Humanity and sign up and volunteer that way? Do you know?
Yes, I asked Tyler. He said, "Yep, just go on the website and pick you." I'm not sure like how to exactly get there step by step, but he said just go on that website and then obviously go to like the volunteer section, and then you can sign up for the dates and times that work best for you. and you can do that. I think Monday through Saturday is when they volunteer. I'm not sure about Sundays, but I know for sure Monday through Saturday you can volunteer, and the increments are 8 hours. But he said if you can't do the full 8 hours, then you can contact him, and they will work with you on, you know, doing whatever hours that you can do that day.
Okay. Because I mean, like when we all decide to log in and volunteer, we can kind of communicate with each other and be like, hey, I can do it this day and this day if you guys can do it that day, kind of thing, if we want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, weekends work really well for me, so if you guys have time of the weekend.
Yeah, the weekends. Yep, I think Saturdays, I think the weekend is going to be best for me.
Same. I think Saturday is probably going to be that day that I could probably do it. So if we can find a Saturday in the upcoming weeks, we can definitely do that for one of our days.
And we're going to do 2 Saturdays, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Are we going to do 2 Saturdays? Is that kind of what we had talked about? Because we need to do 2.
That works for me if that works for everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do 2 Saturdays. That would work.
Okay.
And then, would you guys want to do it in February, or are you guys thinking like the beginning of March, or?
I think for me, the next few Saturdays are a little busy.
These next few Saturdays I can't do, but the last Saturday in February I'm open.
That one's a little, I'm not sure of either. I think maybe more of beginning of March might work.
Okay.
If there's even a day during the week, that might be okay if someone wants to do that too. It's just, you know, with our clinicals, I really don't, it's kind of hard to kind of work between those.
Yeah, because they're all so random this semester.
Tina, do you have like a whole lot of other classes this semester? I'm not sure. What are you taking?
Nope, I'm only taking, I think it's find information and financial management, I think is what it's called. It's the only other one I'm taking. But I work at the clinic right there in the hospital. I work at Surgical Affiliates. So I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, 8 to 5, kind of just depending on the day.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, we'll try to find some Saturdays. I want to look into more and seeing like when we probably need to have these hours done by too. I think that's something to look into, because I can do it the upcoming Saturdays. It just would kind of prefer not to, but I don't know. I'll look and see when we have to have those hours done, and then I can text you guys and let you know what I can come up with.
Yeah, the end of February would be better for me. Starting of March would probably be the best.
Yeah, same. Should we just kind of plan on the last weekend in February and like the first weekend in March maybe?
Yeah, maybe the last week for me. If not, I will let you know. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say yes and then get my schedule wrong. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's fine. We'll just keep communicating.
Sounds good. Does anyone have any more questions?
No, we just gotta upload this after we're done, right?
Yep, and I will do that, and I will actually text you guys. I'll do it right after this.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Good? Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks for everything.
Yep, all right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.